him finding one of his shots. We got the old gloves back, and those things are like fucking rocks, those gloves. And I envisioned him cracking Merab on the lips, hurting him, cracking him again, and then TKOing him.
You know what, Sean? I think he has the persona of like a cocky guy, but I don't think he's really like that. Like, he's really flamboyant on social media, on YouTube and all the rest of it. But I think that Sean is like a grounded guy who works hard.
I like this stuff, bro. It's just natural, and depends how I'm gonna feel. But I already kiss him. Now it's time to smash him.
Genuine. I want to go out there and put on a beautiful performance because I love this sport, not necessarily because I don't like Merab.
MMA experts have finally spoken, and the predictions are in for the rematch we've all been waiting for: Sean O'Malley versus Merab Dvalishvili. Corey Sandhagen didn't hold back. He talked a lot about Sean O'Malley, especially O'Malley's strong belief that he's going to win. Corey agreed that the fight could go either way, but even then, he shared that O'Malley might have the edge. He highlighted some specific habits and weaknesses in Merab's game that make him believe O'Malley could actually pull it off. Sandhagen made it clear: Merab might be the favorite, but he's not invincible. And even though anything can happen, Corey is still picking Sugar Sean to take the rematch.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, I definitely can see O'Malley winning. I don't think that he's like written off just because he lost the first time. I think that I could definitely still see him winning. If I was like a betting man, I would bet on Merab, but I wouldn't bet a ton on him. You know, like I wouldn't put that on Merab. So I think it's going to be a really competitive fight. Like round by round, it was like potentially competitive last time, but there was like a trajectory of the fight in which it was going. And yeah, so I mean, yeah, I got no idea, to be honest with you. I think that Merab will probably win, but it's MMA, so.
Another voice joined in, MMA Guru, and he kind of echoed Corey's thoughts. He sees the fight as really close, like a true 50/50, but if he had to bet, he's slightly leaning towards Sean O'Malley. He even admitted he doesn't feel super confident either way, it's more of a gut feeling. Still, he's backing Sean, and to him, this fight is huge. If O'Malley wins, it could change everything for his career.
I might pick Sean O'Malley to win. I just might do it. I don't know why I think Sean O'Malley wins, but I think Sean O'Malley wins. And I fucking hate that I think that, and I can't help but think it. So I may indeed pick Sean O'Malley to win. I might. I'm on the fence. I'm 50-50. I think we're getting a Sean O'Malley win, and then guess what? A Marcus McGee win over Peter Yan is going to be Sean O'Malley, Corey Sandhagen for the title, and then O'Malley will move up. Bet you anything. You just got the JDM underdog pick.
Then Demetrius Johnson came in with some advice for O'Malley. He gave a detailed breakdown, saying that if Sean wants to win, he can't just sit back and jab from distance. He has to bring the pressure, get aggressive, and mix in some takedowns. If O'Malley plays it too safe, Demetrius warned, Merab could just dominate. He said if Sean doesn't step it up, Merab's grind will be too much.
Yeah.
Right? If Sean doesn't have the mindset like, I'm going to get taken down, I'm inviting the takedown, I'm going to force this fight against Merab, he's going to be so much better. But if he has the mindset like, I'm going to keep my distance, I'm going to teep, I'm going to jab and all that stuff, Merab's going to get across that void.
He's going to.
Merab's going to take you down.
Yeah.
It's up to you of like, fuck it, I'm going to fight it. Yeah. You're going to fight my guard, and I'm not going to allow you to just ground and pound. I'm going to frame, I'm going to grab your hands, I'm going to look for triangles, I'm going to look to sweep you, and then when I sweep you, I'm not going to get up and run away. I'm going to sweep you, I'm going to stay on top.
Yeah.
Now, it's on my terms, I'm on top, these aren't on your terms. And just when you were saying that, I was like, wow.
Yeah.
I've always thought you were intelligent, like when you do things, but when you're like...
The MMA Guru totally agreed with Demetrius. He said Sean needs to show up with everything he's got, mentally and physically. He needs to stay focused, stay hungry, and fight with real determination. In Guru's view, this isn't going to be easy at all. If Sean wants it, he has to go get it with everything he's got.
If it's going to happen, make it happen on your terms. It's the Kevin Holland thing.
Yeah.
You know, I'm almost like a Kevin Holland of life. I choose this. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's almost code.
Yeah.
You know? You don't, oh, I'm not going to get out grappled, and then it's happening live on pay-per-view in the main event.
Yeah.
You're being out grappled.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, I thought I wasn't going to get out grappled. My coaches told me,
Yeah.
he ain't out grappling you, he ain't going to get a hold of you.
Yeah.
I feel like that's almost what O'Malley's coaches were telling him about Merab.
Yeah.
You're too quick, you're too slick.
Yeah.
You won't get taken down. You
Yeah.
stuff takedowns off Aljo.
Yeah.
But instead, what they should be thinking is, if it's going to happen, and you can be real about it,
Yep.
and have that realism to it, fucking make it happen on your terms, and you choose it. Cope about it. I fucking chose to grapple with him. Yeah, I'm being out.
Then Joe Rogan entered the chat, and he wasn't as optimistic about O'Malley. Joe said he's really worried about Sean being able to stop Merab's pressure. He pointed out that Merab never slows down, his pace is insane, his stamina, training, energy, it's all next level. Rogan fears Sean just might not be able to handle that kind of heat.
Rematch with Sugar Sean. That's an interesting fight. Very interesting fight. I do not know how Sugar Sean keeps that guy off of him, but I do like what he's been doing. Got off social media, got his hip fixed, which was a big problem. There's a lot of these fighters that take these fights because it's a lot of money and it's a big event and they don't want to cancel and they got a significant injury. Sean could not wrestle. Imagine not being able to wrestle in camp and you got to go face Merab.
Who's gonna get you on the ground?
He's a fucking animal. That guy's superhuman. There's no one like him. The cardio that guy has is off the charts. It's just off the charts. I've never seen anything like it. He doesn't get tired.
Yeah.
And he's full gas.
Joe doubled down on that by pointing out Merab's crazy speed and athleticism. According to Joe, Merab's non-stop style will likely wear Sean out. He even reminded everyone that Umar Nurmagomedov, who's also insanely talented, struggled big time with Merab. That's how tough Merab is to deal with. He's a storm.
No breaks the entire fight. It's just smothering, overwhelming people. Even Nurmagomedov, who's also an animal, he couldn't keep him off of him.
I know.
This motherfucker's crazy. And then when DC went to visit him on Sunday, the day after the fight, he was out running.
What?
Yep. DC went to his house to congratulate him, and he's like, and DC made a video of it because he showed a video of Merab's gym. He's got this gym in his garage, pretty dope. And he's like, this motherfucker's out running. He just won the world title, and the next day he's running. He's an animal, man.
Tom Aspinall had something to say too. While he found Sean O'Malley's social media antics kind of funny, he admitted he's worried for him. Tom said Merab's cardio is just unreal. He doesn't stop. And that's a serious problem if you're fighting him. O'Malley needs to be prepared for 5 rounds of non-stop chaos.
You know what, Sean? I think he has the persona of like a cocky guy, but I don't think he's really like that. Like, he's really flamboyant on social media, on YouTube and all the rest of it. But I think that Sean is like a grounded guy who works hard.
We know him he's fully locked in, him and Timmy, and right now he's just completely off the grid. He's not on social media. I think after that fight, he, got back to work like very seriously, and I think he'll come back and get the job done next time.
For me, Merab is like, I don't know what's going on with him because his cardio and conditioning is unbelievable.
Yeah,
I've never seen anything like it.
His last fight was like one of the best fights I've ever
Yeah, because he just goes and goes and goes. Like, he will not stop going at somebody. I've never seen anything like that guy. He's unbelievable.
On the flip side, Tim Welch is all in on Sean. He confidently predicted that Sean will hurt Merab badly. Welch said he believes Sean will land something big. He even predicted a takedown in the 3rd round. That's how sure he is that Sean will take control.
Man, I envision a hard fight where Suge's coming out of there dirty, but I envision him finding one of his shots. We got the old gloves backs, and those things are like fucking rocks, those gloves. And I envision him cracking Merab on the lips, hurting him, cracking him again, and then TKOing him.
Wow. Late, middle, early?
Maybe third round.
All right. And then we do it again for a 3rd time.
But Luke Thomas wasn't buying any of that. In his opinion, Sean just doesn't have the tools to beat someone like Merab. If it was Corey Sandhagen in the cage, maybe he'd think differently. But with Sean, he doesn't see it. He also pointed to Merab's crazy cardio, saying it's some of the best in all of MMA.
I don't know if Sean O'Malley's this guy. In fact, I think Corey Sandhagen is going to be better suited to beat Merab. And that might sound crazy, but everybody keeps thinking you can beat Merab the way you would beat almost any other opponent. Make your defense stout, try and, cautiously begin to work your offense and, be wary of what he does. And I just feel like that works for 99% of opponents. It just doesn't work for Merab. Like, Merab has the best cardio I've ever seen in any era, in any weight class of any fighter. He has the best cardio in MMA history because there's no depletion of it. He can do whatever he wants at any point, essentially. Right, so that's the first thing you have to kind of worry about.
Luke reminded everyone about Merab's fight against Umar, gave it everything, but still couldn't take Merab down. Luke praised Merab's takedown defense and his relentless style. Even though Merab's attack style isn't super fancy, it's constant. It doesn't let up. Luke questioned how Sean can possibly get past that.
People think that Merab, like, so for example, Umar tried something interesting, right? Umar's thought was, all right, I'll stop whatever takedowns I can of his, because, you know, he's not really going to take your back and, like, beat you up. Like, he's got some ground and pound, but he's not like a submission threat from the back, right? That's really not what he is. So what you'll do is you might get taken down a little bit, but you'll stuff a bunch of them and then maybe try to take him down. Problem was, it turns out that Merab's takedown defense is also awesome. Very, very good. Really good. So he's got unbelievable cardio, lights out takedown defense. What are you supposed to do with that? Right? He's got limits. Like, his offense is not overwhelming, but it just never ends. When I say overwhelming, I mean like to a finish.
Luke added that trying to stay safe against Merab actually ends up draining fighters. They move a lot, try new angles, but Merab is too quick and too unpredictable. He throws tons of punches back to back, leaving almost no room for his opponent to breathe. Luke said that makes it nearly impossible to find any rhythm or opening.
He gets hit to the middle, right? A couple times. His takedowns were shit after that. He was open for punches after that. He was readable after that. People keep thinking what you have to do is, like, against other opponents, this is of course what you have to do. But against Merab, I actually feel like, dude, you cannot, he benefits because people do two things against him. One, they spend an inordinate amount of time holding position underneath, collar tying, overhooking, wrapping up guard, or trying to build height. But if you can't do that very quickly, he just burns the clock on you while he's putting busy shots together, and then he just takes you back down again, right? So you just spend an enormous amount of time never meaningfully engaged in offense.
Then Jamahal Hill chimed in. He gave credit to Sean's team, saying they're smart and experienced. He trusts they'll help Sean adjust for the rematch. But Jamahal also said that Merab is always improving. He's getting scarier with each fight, and once he puts pressure on Sean, it's like trying to push a mountain.
I think O'Malley and his team are fairly smart, and I think they make good adjustments. So do I think it'll be exactly the same? No, but Merab is a tough puzzle, bro. That's a tough puzzle. That's a tall task to ask. You know, and he's getting better. He's constantly getting better. He's constantly growing, and he's growing in comfortable as a champion. So, you know, I think it'd be difficult to wrestle him off that mountain.
Billy Goff gave his 2 cents too. He admitted that, yeah, Sean could knock Merab out, but he's not convinced Sean will make the right changes to actually do it. Billy also said that while Merab hurt Sean the first time, he doubts Merab will do even more damage in the rematch.
I think Merab's gonna take it. O'Malley could always knock him out. O'Malley's, like, he's deadly accurate. But I don't think O'Malley's gonna be able to make the adjustments in the short amount of time that he's had to deal with the wrestling of wrestling. And I don't think Merab's all that dangerous. I don't think he's gonna hurt him a whole lot because he didn't last time. But he's gonna have a lot of control time, and that's gonna be hard for O'Malley to do something about.
I think Merab all day. I think he's too much. Can take him down. He's just more well-rounded.
I think Merab's gonna do it again, man. He controlled the cage so good. Like, he was the distance control, and then his in and out and the wrestling. Sean, he always has, like, when he hurt Merab with that like teep at the end of the fight over. So there's always like he always has a striker shot. There's always, like, it only takes one shot and everything can change. But I think Merab's gonna just go ahead and kind of do the same thing.
Merab, I think it's gonna be just like the last fight. He's gonna wrestle, and that's how I see this fight going.
I think Merab's gonna win.
I think he's going to win again, man. Merab is really, really good, man. And he just made such a statement with his fights, man.
Coach Javier Mendez gave a strategic outlook. He said Sean must keep his distance and strike from the outside. He should avoid close-range fighting. Javier recalled how Sean used a strong front kick in the 5th round of their first fight, and that's the kind of smart, controlled striking he needs. Mendez warned that running away won't help. Merab will catch up. Instead, Sean should attack, but from a smart distance. He stressed that Sean has better striking, but he has to stay sharp for 5 full rounds. That's the challenge. Merab doesn't slow down. Not in the first round, not in the 5th. He's just as strong at the end as he is at the start. Javier reflected on Merab's fight with Umar. Even then, Merab looked like the champion. He kept up the pressure and never faded. Then Chael Sonnen added his voice. He said that yes, he thinks Sean can win, but this might be Sean's last chance to beat Merab. If Sean loses again, he might have to leave the 135-pound division or even retire. It's that serious. Chael compared it to Rich Franklin, an amazing fighter who just couldn't get past Anderson Silva. No matter how good Rich was, Silva was his wall. And now, Merab could become Sean's wall. Chael warned that there probably won't be a trilogy. If Sean can't win this one, he might have to move up to 145. And that's a whole different challenge. He called O'Malley one of the sport's biggest stars, but said even stars start to worry when there's no way around an opponent. Then came Kamaru Usman and Henry Cejudo. And they didn't hold back either. Cejudo was shocked Sean even took the rematch. He said Sean was dominated the first time and he still isn't experienced enough to handle Merab. Henry predicted that this time Merab is going to stop Sean, just break him down with pure pressure. Kamaru added that sometimes the UFC makes fights not because they're fair, but because they're entertaining. He said, did Sean really deserve a rematch after losing 50-45? Kamaru made it clear. In his eyes, that kind of loss means you should go to the back of the line. But he admitted the UFC likes Sean. He sells, he connects with the younger crowd. Henry agreed. He said Merab could absolutely dominate again, maybe even finish Sean this time. He reminded everyone that the UFC is also a show. It's about money, stars, and hype. And Sean, he brings all of that. Then Henry dropped a big statement. He called Merab the greatest bantamweight of all time. He said Merab has taken out everyone in the division's top 10. Even with the rematch, Henry said Sean still looks like a kid going up against a monster. And that's what makes this fight so intense. It's not just another rematch, this is a career-defining moment. Sean walks into the cage with everything to prove, and Merab? He walks in with pressure, pace, and the power to break anyone in front of him. Legends are split, fans are debating. The whole MMA world is watching. So now the big question, will Sean finally rise to the moment, or will Merab do what he does best and grind out another unforgettable win? This fight could completely change the landscape of the bantamweight division. So, who are you picking? Team Sugar or Team Machine? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell. We're breaking down every punch, every takedown, and every moment of this rematch war.